the most important thing in this particular question is to convert the months into years. All right, you are welcome to my YouTube channel today. Let's read the question together. A woman borrowed 5,300 Ghana cedis to pay for her child's university fees. If she borrowed at a rate of 8% simple interest per annum for 9 months, find the interest paid. Once again, for every single question you read, as a student, you should be able to tell that this is the topic the question is coming from. That is at least your first way to give you that kind of assurance that, oh, this is a question I can really tackle. So when you look at this question carefully, you realize that this is a question from business mathematics under simple interest. So what are the key things we can derive from this question? From the question, the principal, which is the total amount the woman borrowed, is equal to what? 5,300 Ghana cedis. Then the question went on to say that if she borrowed at a rate of 8% simple interest, meaning that the interest was what? 8% per annum for how many? For what duration? 9 months, meaning the time in this case is 9 months. Now, with this particular question, it's funny. The most important thing in this particular question is to convert the months into years. So this is what you do. I have a video explaining that in details. However, let me explain this as simple as I can. So whenever you have the time or the duration given to you in days or years, in days or months or even weeks, you must always convert it to years. Convert it to years. In this case, they gave it to us in months. So the question is, how many months makes a year? So let's ratio and proportion. If 12 months is equal to 1 year, then the question is 9 months will be equal to what? We don't know. So we'll be having 9 months all over 12 months times what? 1 year. So you see that the months will cancel the months. Then we'll be having 9 over 12. What is the common factor for 9 and 12? It is 3. 3 will go into 9 how many times? 3 times. 3 will go into 12 how many times? 4 times. So we are having 3 over 4 times 1, which is the same as 3 over 4 years. So we'll be having 3 over 4 years, meaning 3/4 of the entire year. So you can go ahead and then work with the 3 over 4, or you can decide to convert this into a decimal. So if you want to convert this into decimals, you don't have to do it. But if you want to work in decimals, you can convert it into decimals to make things easier for you. However, I will not convert it into decimals in this particular video. I have another video explaining that. You can go and watch it. So I want to work with this. The formula for simple interest is what? Principal times time times rate all over 100. In the question, this formula for simple interest is something you have to have. In fact, I usually don't like to say it, but you have to have it chewed in your mind. You need to understand it, but you need to be able to say it offhand. PRT in short over 100. SI is equal to PRT over 100. So from the question, our principal was what? 5,300 Ghana cedis. What was the time? The time we got what? 3 over what? 4. And what was the rate? The rate was what? 8%. Now all of this thing is over what? 100. I hope you are following. Good. So after writing this, look at something carefully. You will see that this 4 here will go into itself once. The 4 here will go into the 8 2 times. It means that you've dealt with this completely. So let's rewrite the whole thing again. So we'll be having 5,300 times 3 times 2 all over what? 100. I hope you are getting it. So now 5,300 times 3 times 2 all over 100. Let's simplify it. 5,300 times 3 times 2 will give us 31800 all over the 100. You can pause the video and then do the multiplication. So you can multiply the 5,300 by 3. The answer, multiply it by 2, and you should be getting the 31800 all over 100. Good. Now what do we do? You will realize that there are 2 zeros here, so these 2 zeros can cancel. They are all at the extremities. They are ending zeros or trailing zeros. So these 2 zeros will cancel these 2 zeros. So at the end of the day, you are having what? 318 over what? 1. 318 over what? 1. Any number divided by 1 is the same number. So at the end of the day, your final answer is what? 318 Ghana cedis. What this question basically means is that, pardon me to speak some vernacular, but what I'm trying to say here is this. Mami bi eko borrow sika 5,300 Ghana cedis. Say odukutua neba university fees. Rate ebi a bank no the man no 8%. HSA obetua 8% up to so within 9 months. That is what the question is basically trying to say. Someone went to borrow an amount of money. When you go and borrow an amount of money from the bank or from someone, for the person to also feel like the money he or she borrowed to you is still working and it will not depreciate, they are going to put what we call interest on it, something extra, like extra charges for you to what? To pay. So that is what the woman is going to pay, 318. So this is the interest she's going to pay to whoever she borrowed this amount of money from within 9 months. So this is the end of the question 4A.